So this is gonna be a assignment for your discussion board. I believe it's a performance discussion number 3 on Good Night Ladies from page 35. So we learned the C chord and the G7 chord from the previous lesson videos. So if you haven't watched that video yet, you must learn them first. Okay. Good Night Ladies is a beautiful piece that shows a nice chord progressions, and we're gonna use those two chords we just learned: C chord, which is one chord, right, and G7 chord, also known as a dominant seventh chord or 5/7 chord. Let's take a look at the piece together. Always look at the beginning. Tells you so many things. Time signature is 4/4. We gotta use mezzo forte dynamic for your melody. Don't forget balancing between melody and accompaniment as well. Now if you look at the line, go back to line 1. I'm sorry. You got 2 short phrases without accompaniment. This is part of your melody. Left hand G, this note is actually part of your first phrase, second phrase. Next line, we have a melody continues with the right hand, and there is an accompaniment in the left hand. Now you notice something, the left hand notes are just single notes. That's F, and that's a G, F, and we have your chords here. Okay, so now accompaniment can be anything. It's not always chords, but chords are often used as an accompaniment. So every time you have an accompaniment, notes or chords, you have to play softer, obviously softer than the melody. So I want you to make sure you play your left hand accompaniment alone separately and play them softer, okay? Maybe mezzo forte or piano dynamic is great. And of course, we continue the melody in the right hand, and we get to use our chords, yay, as an accompaniment here. A lot of rests are given for your left hand part, so check those out as well. This is where your left hand G7 will join the melody as an accompaniment on count 3. So make a little line that goes through both staff will be very helpful idea. Oh, this is where my left hand accompaniment comes, okay, to support. Let me play through this piece first, okay? So 4/4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know the tune, right? It's probably from line 3 and 4. You probably are very familiar with the notes here. The first 2 lines sounds like a little introduction. Yes, actually first line. So you should really practice hands separately, always, okay? For any piece that has a melody and accompaniment, know them separately first. And when you put it together, always start at a slower tempo that's comfortable for you. And of course, you could also do a lot of repetition, repetitive practice for any sections you're having trouble with. I'm pretty sure all of you have a little more trouble with the line 2 because of the left hand, okay? So if I were you, I'll practice the left hand again separately first and add the right hand later, and practice 2 half note, and this is where it comes together. And that second note is half note, 2. And another quarter. That rhythm is very unique, called syncopated rhythm, because we're having second beat as a long one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Make sure you have a little sliding motion to make connection between your repeating Fs, because it's hard to make connection when the notes are repeating. So remember I gave you this technique before? Slide back and forth on the key. So the sounds connected. And of course, next one, this is where your left hand moves up to G, right hand goes down to E. So they're going to moving to different direction, like they're getting closer. Yeah, so that's why I put a little arrow that will be helpful, like little visual tip or cue that you know, okay, my right hand goes down, step, second down, left hand will move up, second, melodic second up. So just take a moment of this spot to make sure you know the direction. And once you are here, you go with the repeating notes and finish with a chord. Definitely you need to practice this line separately. These two are easy. A lot of people get this quickly, easily, because once you know your chords, yeah, it comes at the fourth count, the last beat of all these measures, except for this one. I already mentioned how you should draw a line, okay, that goes through both steps. So you know, this is where you have your G7, like this. Practice. If I were you, I'll practice this phrase, last phrase, many times. And make sure you keep your whole notes down for 4 counts, and your left hand is played on second count and third count like this. And you lift all your notes at the same time. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, and you are done. See what I'm saying? From here, 1, 2, here, on 3 together. Move on. Here's your left, 2, 3. But see, my right hand is still there until the 4th count. Because again, it's a whole note for your melody, and there's your C chord as accompaniment. Also, those chord symbols, make a note of it. So we are having G7 chord here as an accompaniment, C chord, G7 again. Here's another C that continued from earlier. So you always have those nice chord progressions typically used as an accompaniment, and we get to see the symbols, so it's easy. Okay, I know what chord that is. There's a C, there's a G7. And always balance between melody and accompaniment, okay? Hopefully you have tons of fun practicing Good Night Ladies. I'm looking forward to listening to all of your beautiful performances. Thank you.